Linux has many of the apps that Windows has, such as Spotify, OBS Studio and Firefox. Linux has much more customization than Windows and is much more lightweight than Windows 11. Some apps are not supported, such as Photoshop. You can absolutely use Linux for day-to-day work tasks using LibreOffice. LibreOffice is a free Microsoft 365 alternative. Microsoft Word becomes LibreOffice Writer. Paint becomes LibreOffice Drawer. If you have important items in Microsoft 365, then you can access them via web apps. It is very easy to set up and takes about 5 minutes. There is also Obsidian, another free app that I use to write video scripts. As you can see, this is I personally would recommend Obsidian as a note-taking app, or planning, as it is easy to navigate once you get the hang of the app. Since Linux is more lightweight than Windows, it will give you better battery life, which is important if you are a student. Content creation. I have no issues with my capture card. I will link it in the description. OBS Studio is supported and is useful when capturing on-screen recordings. There are many video editors like Microsoft's Clipchamp, which can be used via web apps. Kdenlive, the video editor that I use, has almost no learning curve if you have used iMovie or Clipchamp before. Another option is Shotcut. I have tried it but find the user interface annoying to navigate, and it has a large learning curve of about 4 hours to learn how to use. For thumbnail design, I use Photopea, a free Photoshop alternative. Guess what, it is also used via web apps. You could also use Krita, a free drawing tool, or LibreOffice Draw if you wanted to. My recommendation is Photopea, as the user interface is very good once you get used to it. Creativity. Linux Mint has built-in support for most graphics tablets. There is also an app for the setting of your graphics tablet in Linux Mint. I have already mentioned Photopea, and will only briefly describe it. Photopea is a free Photoshop alternative that I use to make my thumbnails. If you like coding websites, there you can use a website called CodePen.io. If you like coding games, then you can use Godot. I have only used CodePen, and would recommend it to anybody who wants to start coding HTML websites. Earlier I mentioned Krita, a free art tool. I have used it with my graphics tablet and have had no issues. You can also use it to make pixel art. Krita is easy to learn to use and has many great tools. Gaming. Gaming on Linux is getting better and better with each passing year. Thanks to Proton and Wine, many previously unplayable games on Linux now can be run natively. You can play around 80% of Steam games using Proton, 10% using Wine, and sadly the remaining 10% have issues with anti-cheat software or are not compatible with Proton. Thanks to apps like Heroic Games Launcher, you can play Epic and GOG games. If they use an anti-cheat like Fortnite, then they are not compatible and will have to be played using GeForce Now or xCloud. Many games will run a good bit better on Linux. There are distributions dedicated to gaming like Batsite or Steam OS. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe and leave a comment. I am open to video ideas, so if you have a suggestion, drop it below.